Let's solve our first multi-step equation together. Feel free to pause the video at any point because I know there's a lot going on with these equations and a lot to copy down. Following our key concept, I know I have to simplify each side of the equation. Looking at the left side of the equation, I can see that I need to get rid of the parentheses first, and I can do that by expanding. So multiplying both terms by -2, I get negative 6x, and I'll have a sign change here, and that will be plus 10, and I will bring down my plus 7. Now looking at the right side of the equation, I see some like terms. I see a constant there and another constant there. So when I combine my like terms, I'll get negative 4x minus 7. Now again, you can always show your work on the side using a t-chart. So if you need to write down -2 minus 5 equals -7 on the side, that's totally fine. Okay? Now looking at my left side of the equation, coming back here, I can see another constant and another constant. So on my left side, I will write -6 plus 17. Keeping my equal sign in a column, I will just bring down -4x minus 7. Okay, now that I've fully simplified both sides, I'm looking at an equation with variables and constants on both sides. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is get my variables on one side, my constants on the other, and by adding 6x to both sides, I'll get my 6x's to cancel out. I'll have a 17 left on the left side, and I'll have a positive 2x, so I'm keeping things positive, and a minus 7. Now to undo that minus 7, I'm going to need to add 7, so addition, property of equality, adding 7 to both sides. That's 24 equals 2x, because my 7's will cancel out. And my last step, I have to undo the multiplication, so I'll use my division property of equality, and 12 equals x. So a lot of things to keep track of. So remember, keep that equal sign in a column to make sure you don't lose anything. Show all your work on the side if you need to, and just take it one step at a time. It's really difficult to combine steps when solving equations, and much easier to find a mistake when you can see everything written out. In example 2, in this multi-step equation, there's a lot of fractions. So I could follow the same process that I did in example 1, which is simplify each side of the equation following PEMDAS, and then go ahead and continue solving. But instead, I'm going to try a shortcut this time. And this shortcut will allow me to sort of get rid of the fractions. And if I do what it says in the key concept, first thing that I need to do is I need to find the least common multiple of all the denominators of the fractions. In this case, the LCM is 6. So what I want to do now is I want to multiply both sides of the equation. So multiplication property of equality by 6. So this is kind of how I show that I'm multiplying both sides by 6. So now I can distribute, and this is also distributing on the right side. And I'm only going to distribute to the terms that are outside parentheses. I don't want to distribute to any terms that are inside the parentheses. And I'll talk about that more in a second. But for now, I'm going to make a t-chart so I can go over the multiplication with the fractions. I've got 6 over 1 times 1/3, and that is going to equal 2. I have 6 over 1 times 1/2, that will equal 3. And 6 over 1 times 2 over 3, and that will equal 4. So basically, I did the multiplication here, the multiplication here, as well as the multiplication here. I did it all on the side, because sometimes it's easier to write out fractions. So now getting rid of the parentheses here, getting rid of the brackets, I get 2x plus 3x equals 4 parentheses x plus 1. The reason why we don't want to multiply anything inside of the parentheses is because when I multiplied 6 by 2/3, I basically made this quantity 6 times bigger. When I expand with the 4 in the next step, I'll make this quantity 6 times bigger. if I multiply this by 6 and then it gets expanded, it's actually being multiplied by 6 twice. And I don't want to do that because it will kick my equation out of balance. In other words, anytime you have a parentheses and you're using one of the shortcuts, do not multiply anything inside of parentheses, just what's outside. So now when I continue to simplify, I'm only dealing with integers, which make things much easier because they are all whole numbers. And I can continue my solving process, and I'm left with x is equal to 4. In this final multi-step equation, let's use the shortcut when working with decimals so we can get rid of the decimals. What the shortcut states in the key concept is you're going to want to multiply by a power of 10 so you get rid of the decimals. So here I see a value in the tenths place and here in the tenths place. So if I multiply by 10, it'll move there and it'll move there, thus creating whole numbers. So I will show the multiplication of 10 to both sides of the equation like this. And now I'll go ahead and start expanding. So 10 times negative 0.5 is negative 5. And remember, I never multiply anything inside parentheses. I leave that alone. And then 10 times 0.2 is 2. So I'm just expanding the 10 to the terms on the left side. Now, even though on the right side this 5 doesn't have a decimal, I still need to multiply it by 10 because the multiplication property of equality states I have to do the same thing to both sides of the equation. So now on my right side of the equation, I end up with 50. Now I can continue to expand with the negative 5 now, but the good thing is I'm not dealing with any decimals, so this is just negative 15x minus 10 plus 2 equals 50. Negative 15x minus 8 equals 50. When I add 8 to both sides of the equation, this is negative 15x equals 58. When I divide both sides of the equation by 15, I get x equals, and I made a mistake here, this should all be negative, negative 58 over 15.